Right, behind me is the brand new Mini Clubman JCW, the new one for 2019. This has been completely revamped. Most importantly, it's 306 horsepower and it looks pretty cool. So join me now, we're gonna go test this out and let's have some fun. Yeah, it's definitely 4.9 to 60.
What on earth?
Well, so on my left, Mr. Petrol Ped. Welcome again, sir.
All right, mate.
Sorry for the impromptu intro. And
Can I just check? We are driving a Mini.
We are. We're driving a Mini Clubman JCW, Mini's most powerful ever car. Mate. Yep, that's fast. What's powering this little go-kart then? Well, the same 2-litre 4-cylinder engine you'll find in the BMW M135i. At 306 horsepower, this thing produces 450 Nm of torque. It's turned the Clubman John Cooper Works into a serious car. A 0 to 62 time of 4.9 seconds is also something to be very proud of. It's also 1.4 seconds quicker to 62 than the previous generation of Clubman, and did I mention, it's also 4-wheel drive, giving you loads and loads of grip. Speed is limited to 155 miles an hour, and to cope with all of this power increase from the newly designed engine, Mini have also upgraded the suspension. They've made changes to the camber, the dampers and the springs, all keeping the JCW compliant when your right foot gets itchy. The pickup on this, it's wicked, and it's got a really nice sound to it as well. It's a very kind of grunty kind of noise. I really like that. And it's running the 8-speed, I think it's a Steptronic gearbox, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which actually feels really good to an extent, I think. I'm not so sure, personal preference, the manual mode on this, which I thought would be the most pure, doesn't actually give me the most pure sensation, which is a really weird thing to say. We have it set to sport because you obviously get the driving modes. We've got sport, mild and comfort. We're in sport. We're in the sport setting here and I've left it in auto and it just feels a lot more punchy. I mean, foot to floor. The kick like that. There. It really fires through the gears. It's an impressive bit of kit. It is an impressive bit of kit. So I touched earlier on about this being a 0 to 60 of 4.9 seconds, which is 1.4 seconds quicker than the old one. Now, I think that's a big deal. A whole 1.4 seconds is a massive improvement. There's a lot of excitement about this car. And actually, the Mini Clubman, it equates to about 12% of all of Mini UK sales. So there's definitely a market for this car. And it does still have what Mini pride themselves on, which is kind of that go-kart feel. And I've driven the JCW. I mean, I'm sorry.
Mate, I'm sorry, I've just got to jump in there. That is bonkers.
I know.
It's just got that, you can feel the torque from the passenger seat all the way.
It is.
It doesn't feel like a Mini on the straights.
No, it really doesn't. And I think that's really important. Even the noise sounds a lot more, it sounds a lot throatier than the old one because this is a completely new engine as well. And do I have a quick chance to do so?
Yeah, drive like a hooligan.
We do. So, I mean, look, launch control. And it's putting the power down so well because of the 4-wheel drive. Now I think that's a really impressive move because the old one wasn't 4-wheel drive, it was front-wheel drive, wasn't it?
They did a 4-wheel drive one.
Oh, they did? Okay, apologies.
Yeah.
Because you've got Countryman as well, which is a 4-wheel drive.
Yeah.
But the difference from a front-wheel drive car to a 4-wheel drive car is, I mean, even then we had a tiny bit of wheel spin, which I would have assumed was from the front.
Just feel the front's chirping a bit.
But the rears were just pushing it forward. So it just ridiculous.
I think it's one of those systems that's biased to the front wheels. And then when you start having traction issues, it kind of starts shifting stuff to the back.
Yeah.
Seems to do very well. I'd love to, not normally on a shoot when we're doing a review, I don't want it to rain, but I'd actually quite like it to rain. To see how much grip this thing's got, because I reckon it's got a lot.
It would. I mean, and what about the handling? Because obviously it's a longer wheelbase than the hatchback, so if we take this corner,
Belgian roundabouts are great, aren't they?
Oh mate, flipping out. They weren't lying, were they, when they said about the go-kart feel? And then I guess from the interior as well. I mean, the interior of most Minis is very, very nice, but particularly in here, I want to touch on these seats, because these seats are so comfortable.
Yeah.
They are really comfortable, and they've got such great bolstering here on the sides. They look great, but I mean, we're both quite tall, you know, and I don't feel like my shoulders are overextending over the sides. It feels very comfy. What about from the passenger perspective?
Yeah, no, they're good. They're good. Obviously, Joe Achilles wouldn't fit in them.
No, Joe wouldn't.
He's huge.
Yeah. Joe is a large guy. Joe would he'd need the convertible version if they even do one.
Yeah, just take the roof off.
Take the roof off, exactly. But I mean, there's a lot of premium stuff in this car. I mean, the steering wheel's lovely. It really does look and feel good. We've got obviously cruise controls, we've got the paddles. We've got a lovely head-up display. I must say the head-up display is very cool on this. We've got a really nice kind of sporty rev counter that's going all the way up there. It looks really, really nice. Mate, the noise from this car, it sounds so good.
I don't know about you, but I get less excited about driving new cars and what they might sound like now because of these particular filters and stuff. And it's kind of deadened off the pleasure I used to get from a really nice sounding car.
Yeah.
So when you get in one that still sounds quite nice, it doesn't have the crackles and burbles on overrun that we used to get in lots of cars.
Yeah.
But on gas, it sounds great.
Yeah, when it's under load.
And that's just stock. So, you know, you stick a kind of. Oh, there we go.
That was a little cheeky pop there. Yeah. Another. And the ride, the comfort of the ride. So we're talking about. So we've driven down all the way from the UK. We've come across through the Eurotunnel, we've done the Folkestone run, and we come from Cali all the way here. The drive down was a little bit dull because it was all motorway, but from a comfort perspective, it was great.
The ride's very, very good.
It is really good. It is really good. Considering the fact that it's obviously got sport suspensions, you don't have adaptive suspension. It's kind of it's either on or off kind of suspension. But yeah, for what it is really comfortable. And it's spacious as well. It's got the practicality element to it. I mean, we talked about the boot. The boot is nice and big. We've got both of our luggage in here. It's almost like we pack like we're two females. Nothing against females, but my missus packs quite a lot for a holiday, and I feel like I'm matching her for an overnight trip right now.
Well, if you've got a family there's loads of room in the back for adults. You get adults in the back there.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think the difference between like the Series 2 Minis and these Series 3 Minis, well, actually this is the Series 4 now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that the Series 2 Minis, they were a little bit smaller, a little bit more nimble, and a lot of people like that kind of driving sharper, edgier feel.
Yeah.
But the ride quality wasn't as mature and as comfortable. I think these are obviously a bit bigger. They might lose out on that sharpness, but they're just so comfy to drive in.
Yeah.
The ride quality is so good. They're like a grown-up car.
Yeah.
They feel grown-up. It's put together brilliantly. There's no rattle or anything in it. So come on, then, mate. You've driven a Golf R.
Yeah.
I know a Golf R's a hatch or something like an Audi S3.
Yeah.
They're hatches, but they are that kind of circa 300 horsepower, four-wheel drive.
Yeah.
And that, for me, now, Mini's never been at that level before because they've always been 230, 240 brake, front-wheel drive. So, what's this feel like in comparison to a Golf R?
There are elements of it that feel very similar, if I'm honest with you. That mid-range torque is actually quite similar. Obviously, similar power. The noise, if I'm honest, I mean, people probably hate me for this, but the noise of this stock out the box, I would say sounds better than the Golf R. I mean, it sounds really good, and you know, you wouldn't think. I mean, in fact, this is the best way to describe it. As in, when you really get fully immersed in the drive, I think sometimes you forget that you are actually in a Mini, and that's not a discredit to Mini. It's just that the way you feel, you just feel so connected to the car.
I'm going to say something now, and this is great because all the hate will go onto your channel.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll have that.
I think this interior is way better than a Golf.
I'd agree.
I think a Golf.
Yeah, I would agree.
A Golf's quite, for me, is always quite a sterile interior. It's not that it's not functional, but I think this is just funky and quirky.
Yeah.
And it's got nice materials and just a bit different.
Yes.
You know, you've got these kind of controls up here, and it's quite funky.
In summary, I think this is a very cool car, and I think this is going to appeal to a lot of people. I actually think that the 12% of the whole of the UK Mini sales of Clubman, I think they're going to increase as a direct result of this car. Because what Mini have produced, 306 horsepower, practicality, still keeping that go-kart sensation that they kind of really want to get across in all of their cars. Noise, 4.9 to 60, more noise. Yeah, I mean, I like this car. I like this car. Final thoughts?
I'd have one.
You'd have one. Anyway guys, I'm going to end today's video here. Please make sure to check out Pete's content. He's made a video as well on this drive, so make sure to go and check out Pete's take on it. My name's Stef. You guys have been awesome. Make sure to subscribe for plenty more content to come. And if you haven't already seen the vlog, which is us, in fact you won't have, because that's the next video of us kind of getting down here and showing you the behind the scenes of what it's like on a press trip. That'll come very soon, so make sure to subscribe to see what that looks like. But thank you all so much for watching.